Miyamoto Musashi, 1584, June 13, 1645, was a legendary Japanese swordsman, strategist, artist, and writer. Here's a detailed overview of his life. Early life, birth. Musashi was born in Harima Province, now Hyogo Prefecture, or Maimasaka Province, now Okayama Prefecture. His birth name was Shinmen Benosuke. Family. His father, Shinmen Munasai, was an accomplished martial artist and master of the sword Enjuta, a weapon similar to a truncheon. Musashi's mother's identity is less clear, but it is believed she was from the Yoshioka family. Upbringing. Musashi's early life was marked by conflict and hardship. He left his father's home at a young age and lived with his uncle, Dorimbo, who was a monk. Early career, first duel. At the age of 13, Musashi killed a man in single combat, marking the beginning of his life as a fearsome warrior. Battle of Sekigahara. In 1600, Musashi fought on the losing side of the Battle of Sekigahara, a decisive conflict that led to the establishment of the Tokugawa shogunate. After the battle, Musashi became a ronin, a masterless samurai. Rise to fame, duels. Musashi is renowned for his undefeated record in 61 duels, a feat that solidified his reputation as one of the greatest swordsmen in Japanese history. His most famous duel was against Sasaki Kojiro in 1612, where Musashi used a wooden sword he carved from an oar to defeat his opponent. The Nitō Ichi-ryū. Musashi developed the Nitō Ichi-ryū style of swordsmanship, which involved using two swords simultaneously. This technique is still admired and practiced today. Later years. Retirement. After achieving mastery in swordsmanship, Musashi retired from dueling and focused on teaching and writing. He trained several students, including Terao Maganoho, who became his most important disciple. The Book of Five Rings. In his later years, Musashi authored The Book of Five Rings, Gorin no Sho, a classic text on martial strategy and philosophy. He also wrote Dokodo, The Path of Aloneness, which outlined his personal philosophy. Artistic pursuits. Musashi was also a talented artist, known for his ink paintings, particularly of birds. His works such as Shrike Perched in a Dead Tree and Wild Geese Among Reeds are celebrated for their powerful and direct style. Final days. Musashi spent his final days in Higo Province, now Kumamoto Prefecture. He died on June 13, 1645, at the age of 61. According to legend, he continued to write and paint until his death. Legacy. Miyamoto Musashi Budokan. A training center in Oharacho, Mimasaka, was erected to honor his name and legend. Influence. Musashi's teachings and writings continue to influence martial artists, business strategists, and individuals seeking personal development. The duel between Miyamoto Musashi and Sasaki Kojiro is one of the most famous and legendary confrontations in Japanese martial arts history. Here's a detailed account of the duel. Background. Date. The duel took place on April 13, 1612. Location. The duel was held on Ganryujima Island, also known as Funashima, off the coast of Bizen Province. Reason. Musashi sought to settle the question of who was the greatest swordsman in Japan. Preparation and arrival. Musashi's strategy. Musashi arrived 3 hours late to the duel, a tactic to unnerve Kojiro and disrupt his mental state. Kojiro's reaction. Kojiro was furious at Musashi's tardiness and threw his scabbard aside in anger. And the duel. First moves. The duel began with both swordsmen showing respect for each other's skills. Kojiro made the first move, but Musashi quickly countered. Musashi's technique. Musashi used a wooden sword, boken, that he had carved from an oar on his way to the duel. He employed his two-sword technique, which he had perfected over the years. Kojiro's technique. Kojiro, known for his tsubame gaeshi, turning swallow cut, wielded a long sword, nodachi, and was known for his speed and precision. Outcome. Musashi's victory. Musashi managed to break Kojiro's left ribs and puncture his lungs, leading to Kojiro's death. This victory solidified Musashi's reputation as an unparalleled swordsman. Aftermath. Musashi later stated that Kojiro was the strongest opponent he had ever faced, and that the duel led to his spiritual awakening. he vowed never to engage in another lethal duel. Legacy, historical impact. The duel is celebrated as a symbol of the ultimate clash between two master swordsmen and remains a significant event in samurai history. Cultural influence. The story of the duel has been retold in various forms of media, including books, movies, and television shows, contributing to the enduring legacy of both Musashi and Kojiro.